All right, guys, so we are back. We finally have our Bowtech demos in the store, and this is the bow I was most excited about, the Bowtech CP28. Stay tuned for some numbers, shooting impressions, and we will let you know what we think. So guys, this was the bow I was most excited about to see this year when it showed up. For the hunting I do, a lot of public land, deep in the woods, use a kayak to get into it kind of stuff. I think this is going to be a great bow. It's small. It's not exactly light, but it is light enough. I mean, if you can't carry around a 4.5 pound bow, rethink what you're doing. Yeah.
Personally, thought of a 28-inch bow just kind of makes me cringe a little bit. I will keep an open mind. I remember shooting this bow before and I thought it was pretty good. So just because it's a 28-inch bow, don't throw it totally out the door. I'm going to try to keep an open mind, but like we're kind of talking about here, reviews are all subjective. Joe might like a 28-inch bow. Even though he's wrong, that doesn't necessarily mean that you should stay away from a 28-inch bow. You know, if you have a 23-inch draw length, that'd be a good one. Or
I have a 28-inch draw, and it's a 28-inch bow. I feel like it's perfect. We are at 6 3/4 inch brace height, 28-inch axle to axle, available in 50, 60, 70 pounds. This is a 70-pound model here. It is adjustable from 24.5 to 30-inch draw lengths. We have it set up here with a small 8-inch rod, CBE Tactic, and a whisker biscuit, just so we can shoot it and you know, have a little bit better feel for what it's actually going to feel like when you set it up at home.
typically we do a bit of a shooting impressions, and then, you know, we'll do some kind of fun test or something like that. One of the biggest things that people get worried about with a short axle to axle bow, myself included, is they don't hold all that well. So like your group size is going to be diminished a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to just throw down some groups in here at 20 yards and give you our shooting impressions as we shoot it. Now, that being said, if you look at the riser on this bow, it is incredibly big. I expect this thing to hold very well for how small it is, but you know, string angle, different things like that might affect your accuracy. So we're just gonna go throw some groups down. I don't even know if it's sighted in or not.
I have no idea.
Probably not.
All right, so we are gonna shoot some groups, shooting impressions, everything on the CP28 here. We've got it set at 70 on performance. Basically, like, if this does end up being my hunting bow next year, how I would run it in the woods. I kind of real quick sighted it in so we can get a realistic idea of the accuracy with the bow, at least for me, and we're gonna go from there. Okay, so if you've shot Bowtech in the past, you understand what that performance mod feels like, or the mod flip or whatever. A little more front loaded than normal, and then just a big dump into that valley. Again, if this was my bow, I would change some things on that, but I'm a fan. I was excited about this bow. I'm still excited about this bow. Yeah, it shoots like a Bowtech. It doesn't feel as short as it is. I did own a Triax for a few months, and I do like the way this feels a little better. Definitely feels faster than the Triax. I do like it better on performance than comfort. But we'll see once the chrono's thrown into the mix. All right, Luke, you've talked all this trash. See how she shoots?
Okay. Yeah, thank you. All right, on my M frame. Oh shoot, I should have had it flipped over so you could see. I wasn't even thinking about that. Okay, so super against 28-inch bows. Actually, just all joking aside, I think 28-inch bows are fine. If you're a 30-inch draw length, I suggest you strongly reconsider. I don't recommend them for most situations, but for blind hunting, if you just like to hunt, it's a pretty cool little slingshot. For me, it's never really something that I'd get just because it doesn't fit in my hunting situations, but there's really nothing in the world wrong with the 28-inch bow.
Should your axle to axle always be longer than your draw length?
I would say yes. How'd you use that anchor? Okay. I'm not trying to throw them either. I think that's just where I'm going to group.
You always group to the right of me.
Yeah. Okay, nope, that's just where I'm grouping. Sorry about the arrows, Joe.
That's fine. I feel like we destroy at least one or two of my arrows every time we do this.
That's funny.
Luckily for us, they make black labels every day.
Okay, so I mean,
Are you ready for your serving of crow?
it's shootable. It's acceptable. No, it does hold really well. For a 28-inch bow, it holds a lot better than I expected, especially with just, what is that, a little 8-inch?
Yeah.
8-inch with a little bit of weight on the end of it.
8 inches, 3 ounces.
Okay, it's not bad. I mean, it's pretty. It
pretty
feels pretty
okay.
good. It feels pretty okay for a 28-inch bow, and that was with a weird anchor point too. Like that was like, I don't know if you saw that, but I was like anchoring halfway up my face. No, I'd say verdict, she shoots.
Okay, so we're over here at the chrono. I'm gonna run this bow, the CP28, at 28 inches, which is my draw length. I've got 3 different weight arrows. I've got a 350, a 415, and a 600. Just to give us an idea of, you know, if you're looking at this bow, what kind of numbers you should expect at like 28, you know, middle of the cam, and then at the 30, with the IBO numbers when we're done here. So let's see how she shoots. So we're gonna start 350. I've got 2 of each, so hopefully we can get a consistent reading. 310. Duplicate. So consistent there. All right, 415, which I think is a good middle ground, kind of your average pro shop arrow that you're gonna get walking in and not doing anything fancy. 288. Duplicate. 600 grains. 251. 248. I'm happy. Let me swap some things around and I'll be right back. Okay, so back from the workbench. We are 28 Comfort now. Gonna shoot the same arrows again. 350. 300. So we lost about 10 feet per second. Let's see if this confirms that and is the same across the board. 301. 415 grain arrow. 280. 280 again. 600 grain arrow. 239. That's a little slow for my blood. 236. Okay, so go back to the workbench, get it at 30 Comfort, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so done with the workbench, back at the chrono. We are at 30 inches Comfort setting, 350 grain arrow. I'm gonna run through these 6 arrows again, like I said, just so you guys know what you're getting at. 315. So happy with that. Let's see if we can duplicate it. 312, 415 grain arrow, 292, 294, 600 grain, 255, 252. All right, that's the numbers we got for that IBO setting. We are gonna go to performance, and I'm gonna guess we're gonna get an extra 10 feet a second, but we're gonna test it and find out. Okay, back at the chrono again. Seems like Groundhog Day. 30 inches, performance mode. Let's see how she runs. 350 grain arrow. .332 with a 335 IBO. Running a whisker biscuit. That's gonna put us there. 330 with a horrible punch on the trigger. 415 grain arrow. 306. Another 415 grain arrow. 307. 600 grain arrow. 261. 261 again.
Well, I'll let Joe kind of wrap this up because this is definitely a Joe kind of bow here. I liked it plenty enough. It's still not going to be the one that I pick. I will say it positively surprised me for a 28-inch bow, but I'll let Joe talk because he's pretty stoked about this thing.
Like I said earlier, I was super excited to get this bow in. I've actually been waiting to shoot one so that I could order one just to be sure. It was exactly what I was looking for. A small, perfect little hunting bow. I'm still excited about this bow. It performed actually better than I thought it did initially. When I took it out of the box, it felt slower when I shot it, but after the chrono tests, I'm pleasantly surprised. It just feels slow, and I don't know if that's a factor of like the way it holds, like the longer riser, shorter limbs. I don't know. I'm not a bow engineer. I'm quite happy with it though. Super smooth, even on performance. You know, you get that standard like Bowtech performance, that dump into a big deep valley, but you know, it's a hunting bow. It's not something I would shoot spots with, but as you saw in the shooting out there, it shoots quite well for what it is, with just, you know, some standard cheaper components here. Yeah, I'm stoked. Like this, I'm guessing this may be my hunting bow for next year. I don't know yet though. We'll see. There's way too many bows coming out, and I have way too easy of access to them.
It's probably going to be one of his hunting bows next year.
I'll say maybe my turkey bow, but by deer season, Lord only knows.
Yep. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. If you got any questions about the bow, anything like that, we appreciate any comments like that. We've gotten a couple about like video quality, stuff like that. That's kind of helpful. Yeah, we really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch this stuff. Let us know if you got any questions, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.